Hey, how's it going? My name's Nat. Welcome to Newsbreak. Well, what a weekend for NRL fans. Both the men's and the women's had their grand finals last night, and there's a lot to cover. So, here's Michelle.
It's party time in Penrith. That guy's loving it. Stacks of people celebrated in the streets, and more than 80,000 packed Accor Stadium to see the Penrith Panthers win back-to-back NRL championships. The game was a Western Sydney Showdown between Penrith and Parramatta, but it was a pretty one-sided affair. The Panthers led 18-0 at the break. Then in the second half, there was more for a to'o. And Edwards, the man of the match, laid a tackle for the ages, with the final score being 28-12.
Honestly, it's credit to the rest of the team. They make my job incredibly easy and
And it was a hard day all round for Parramatta, going down in the NRLW Final as well. Things looked okay for Parramatta early, but the Newcastle Knights came charging back. And this late try to 17-year-old halfback Jessie Southwell sealed the deal.
I'm pretty stoked. I can't believe we did it.
It's been a quick rise to the top for Newcastle, who've gone from last year's wooden spoon to this year's champions.
Sticking with sport, and the Opals have taken home a bronze medal. They beat Canada by 30 points to cap off the FIBA Women's World Cup in Sydney. And speaking of 30 points, that's how many Lauren Jackson scored in her final game ever for the Opals.
Stand up and applaud, Australia.
Yes, this time she's officially retiring. It's time to say goodbye to COVID isolation. Yep, from Friday next week, people will no longer have to stay home if they get COVID. The government says right now, case numbers and hospitalisations are really low, so it's the right time to get rid of ISO. Special rules will stay in place for hospitals and aged care homes, and health experts still want us to stay home if we have symptoms. Now it's time to meet Alyssa. She lives on Christmas Island and is doing Islamic studies at uni so that she can teach other kids on the island about her religion. Check it out.
My mum was born on Christmas Island in the middle of the Indian Ocean. For me, life on the island is paradise. I love exploring this ancient, stunning place. My favourite spots are the Dales, Lily Beach and the Grotto. I enjoy reading, practicing henna, going to the gym or getting roti. There are 3 cultures here: Chinese, Malay and European. Everyone's religious beliefs are celebrated and respected. We are a diverse community who look out for each other. I feel safe to practice my faith as a young Muslim Malay woman. I love hearing the call to prayer 5 times a day. I pray when I hear it. Some people say that you have to leave the island to study, but I'm working full-time and studying online. My Bachelor of Islamic Studies. I'm passionate about my faith. Islam is a beautiful, peaceful, calm religion. I hope to stay here to teach and pass on Islamic knowledge, inshallah, so young people feel safe to practice their faith and are proud of their religious identity.
Now, these next stories will have you thinking, what is the reason? And I will do my best to explain to you what the reason is. Hey? Here in the Philippines, hundreds of pets are lining up to get married, complete with the ceremony, certificates, and even a priest sprinkling holy water. But you might be thinking, these pets can't even comprehend the gravity of marriage. What is the reason? Well, it's all to mark World Animal Day, which also falls on the same day as the feast of St. Francis of Assisi, who's the patron saint of animals. In China, this Arctic wolf is the first of its kind, because it's a clone, and that beagle is its surrogate mum. The reason for cloning the wolf was because the zoo loved the original so much, they wanted to make a copy. And finally, in Spain, these people are all competing to make the tallest human tower. It's a tradition that dates back to the 1930s, and it's the first time they've been able to hold the competition since, well, COVID. 40 teams competed for top spot and 11,000 people turned out to watch. All the more reason to bring your best game, eh? That's all for now. Bye.